Quick question. Why does the cleanest truck in America always belong to the guy who's never hauled anything heavier than emotional baggage? Hallo, you be stopped at a red light in a massive pickup that costs more than most people's college degrees. The seats smell expensive. The dashboard looks like it could launch a satellite. And you are sitting so high above traffic that you can physically look down on other drivers. You feel powerful, capable, prepared for something. Pause. Except your job is emails. Congratulations. You bought a construction vehicle to commute to Microsoft Outlook. And this decision is quietly bleeding you dry. Over the last decade, pickup trucks stopped being tools. They became identity props, a rolling personality trait. Somewhere along the line, we decided masculinity came with heated seats and a 7-year loan. And no, this wasn't an accident. This was marketing with a credit application. The official story goes like this. Trucks are practical. They hold their value. You might need it someday. Dealerships love this story because it sounds responsible while quietly detonating your finances. Any story sounds smart if you don't run the numbers. So let's run them. Because here's the part nobody says out loud, and this is where the math starts throwing punches. The average new pickup truck now costs over $60,000. Not the luxury one, not the I own land one. The average one. If you want the version that makes you feel like a ranch owner without owning a ranch, you're staring at $80,000 to $95,000. That's not a vehicle. That's a down payment on a life you're not living. Most people don't pay cash. They finance it. For 7 years. 7 years. That's longer than most gym memberships, hobbies, and marriages. Your monthly payment looks almost reasonable because the dealership did the stretching for you. At first it feels fine. You tell yourself, I can handle this. You drive it home, park it, take photos. This is the honeymoon phase. Enjoy it. It ends quickly because the payment isn't the real cost. It's just a cover charge. Now let's stack the real expenses. Fuel. Your truck drinks gas like it's emotionally coping. Insurance. You're not insuring a work tool. You're insuring a luxury brick on wheels. Tires. Those aggressive all-terrain tires that never leave asphalt? They cost more than some people's entire car. Maintenance. Everything is bigger, heavier, more expensive. Registration and taxes because the state noticed you bought something shiny. And suddenly your manageable truck costs you nearly $1,700 a month just to exist. That's not transportation. That's a subscription service to stress. And here's the quiet killer. Interest. You didn't just buy the truck. You paid the bank tens of thousands of dollars for the privilege of borrowing money to buy something that loses value every day. It's like paying rent on regret. But the real damage doesn't show up on the dashboard. It shows up in your life. That truck payment quietly rewrites your future. You can't qualify for the house you want. You skip trips because money's tight. Your emergency fund never gets built. Small surprises become financial emergencies. You're not broke because life is expensive. You're broke because your car thinks it's your personality. It affects your career too. You stay in jobs you hate. You avoid risks. You don't negotiate because stability isn't optional when your vehicle owns you. And the worst part? After a few months, the truck stops making you happy. But the payment never forgets. Let's do the uncomfortable comparison. One version of you buys the truck. 7 years later, still paying, still stressed, owns a depreciating object. Another version buys a boring, reliable sedan and invests the difference. 7 years later, has savings, has options, sleeps at night. Same person, different ego decisions. If you actually use a truck every week, great, that's a tool. But if you're honest, most people bought a costume, and costumes are expensive. The auto industry didn't sell you a vehicle. They sold you an identity, financed at high interest. Real freedom isn't sitting higher in traffic, it's having margin, options, and money that works for you. Buy the boring car, keep the money, build the life. And let the pavement princess wave as you pass them on the way to something better.